Have you ever found yourself waking up around 6 a.m. feeling unusually tired, even though you thought you got a good night's sleep? Maybe you shrug it off, thinking it's just part of getting older, like muscle weakness, forgetfulness, or that restless sleep many of us quietly accept as normal. But what if I told you it might not be just old age causing this morning fatigue? What if your heart is quietly trying to tell you something important? It's easy to overlook these little signals, especially when they seem so ordinary, so small. Yet, this subtle exhaustion could be a warning sign that your heart health needs attention, something many seniors don't realize or talk about. This isn't just about feeling tired, it's about listening closely to your body and understanding what it might mean. In today's video, we're going to explore why waking up tired might be more than just a bad night's sleep and what your heart might be trying to say. Stick around because, by the end, I'll share simple but powerful habits that can help you wake up feeling more refreshed and protect your heart health as you age. Let's walk through this together, gently and with care. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. It's a scene that plays out quietly in countless homes across America, the gentle beeping of an alarm clock, the early glow of sunrise spilling through the curtains, and an older adult, perhaps someone just like you, stirring in bed, rubbing their eyes, wondering why they feel so drained when the day has only just begun. Maybe your body feels heavy, your head is foggy, or it takes a little extra effort to swing your feet over the side of the bed. It's a weariness that lingers, no matter how many hours you spend under the covers. Some days, it feels like you're carrying a secret weight that only you can sense. If this sounds familiar, you're far from alone. Many seniors quietly resign themselves to morning fatigue, chalking it up to just getting older. It's one of those things society gently nudges us to accept, like gray hair, creaky knees, or the occasional name that slips your mind. You might even find yourself telling friends, "It's just age catching up with me," as you sip your morning coffee, hoping the caffeine will work its magic. But deep down, a question nags, should this be my new normal? Here's where it's time to pause and challenge that assumption. What if waking up tired isn't only about aging or not sleeping enough? What if it's your heart's subtle way of waving a small red flag, asking for a bit more attention and care? We often think of heart trouble as something dramatic, sharp chest pain, breathlessness, or a racing pulse, but in reality, the heart's earliest whispers can be far quieter and easier to ignore. Waking up exhausted day after day could be one of those quiet calls for help, especially if you've noticed other small changes, like getting winded more easily, swelling in your ankles, or a persistent cough that just won't go away. The human heart is a marvel, a tireless engine beating over 100,000 times a day, sending life-giving blood to every corner of your body. But as we age, our hearts face extra challenges. Years of supporting us through joys, sorrows, and daily routines can take their toll. Blood vessels may stiffen, valves might not close as tightly as before, or the heart muscle itself can grow weaker. These changes often creep in slowly, so slowly that you may not notice until one morning you realize you just can't shake that heavy fatigue. You might be wondering, why does my heart affect how rested I feel? Here's the simple truth: when your heart isn't pumping efficiently at night, your body may not get the oxygen and nutrients it needs during sleep. Instead of feeling restored, you wake up tired, sometimes even more tired than when you went to bed. Conditions like heart failure, arrhythmia, or valve problems can all contribute to this invisible drain on your energy. What's more, many of these problems start small, and their symptoms can mimic the ordinary aches and pains of aging. That's why it's so important not to dismiss persistent fatigue as just another part of getting older. So, what can you do if you find yourself waking up tired and wondering if your heart might be trying to tell you something? The answer is both simple and powerful. Start by listening. Pay attention to your body and don't be afraid to voice your concerns to your doctor, even if they seem minor or not worth bothering about. Keeping a sleep journal can help you track patterns in your tiredness, making it easier to notice changes over time. Along with seeing your physician, there are gentle steps you can take at home to support your heart health. Try to keep your bedtime and wake-up time consistent, creating a steady rhythm for your body. Before bed, make a habit of winding down, maybe with a calming cup of herbal tea, a few minutes of gentle stretching, or simply turning off screens and dimming the lights. Give your heart the best chance to rest, too, by avoiding heavy meals, caffeine, or alcohol late at night. Incorporate heart-friendly foods into your meals, plenty of leafy greens, berries, whole grains, and lean proteins like fish or chicken. Salt can sneak into many processed foods, so check labels and try to flavor your meals with herbs and spices instead. If you're able, add some movement to your day. Even a short, brisk walk around the block, chair yoga, or gentle stretching can help keep your heart strong. And don't underestimate the power of connection. Loneliness and isolation are quiet threats to heart health, so reach out to friends, family, or community groups. A weekly phone call with a grandchild, joining a local book club, or volunteering for a cause you care about. These moments of togetherness are as nourishing for your heart as any superfood. Let me share the story of Mr. Frank Johnson, a retired teacher from Ohio. Frank had always considered himself reasonably healthy, but in his late 60s, he noticed that every morning, getting out of bed felt like climbing a hill. His wife noticed he'd become quieter, skipping his usual crossword puzzles and walks. At first, Frank blamed it on just getting older. But after seeing a video much like this one, he decided to bring it up with his doctor, who discovered early-stage heart failure. With a few changes to his medication, a new walking routine, and a renewed focus on healthy eating, Frank soon found his mornings lighter, his mind clearer, and his old energy beginning to return. Frank's story is a reminder, the little things we notice and act upon can make a big difference. So, if you're waking up tired and it's starting to bother you, don't brush it aside. Take a moment to tune in, listen, and be curious about what your body might be saying. Sometimes, the smallest signals carry the greatest wisdom. No matter your age, you deserve mornings filled with possibility, not just fatigue. Your heart has carried you through so much, it's worth a little extra attention now. If you take only one thing from this, let it be this: it's never too late to listen to your heart, ask questions, and seek support. Every day is a new chance to put your well-being first. Keep moving forward, keep asking, and know you're never alone on this journey. Have you ever wondered why a good night's sleep doesn't always leave you feeling bright and energetic in the morning? Maybe you close your eyes at a reasonable hour, drift off, and stay in bed for 7 or 8 hours, but when the sun rises, your body still feels heavy and tired. For many older adults, this isn't just about age or tossing and turning through the night. There's a deeper connection at play, one that starts with your heart. Let's take a gentle look inside your body for a moment. Your heart, about the size of your fist, works non-stop, sending blood full of oxygen and nutrients to every part of you, from your brain to your toes. At night, when you're asleep, your body is supposed to enter a state of deep rest and repair. This is when your cells heal, your mind sorts memories, and your energy is supposed to be restored. For all of this to happen, your organs, especially your brain, need plenty of oxygen, and the only way they get it is through healthy blood flow, which all depends on your heart doing its job well. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. But as we age, our hearts go through changes, just like the rest of our bodies. Think of your heart as an engine that has run faithfully for decades. Over time, even the best engines can start to slow down or lose a bit of power. The muscles of the heart might not squeeze as forcefully, or the valves that control the flow of blood can stiffen, making it harder for blood to move freely. Blood vessels may also become less flexible, adding extra work for your heart with every beat. When your heart isn't as strong as it once was, it can mean less blood, and therefore less oxygen, gets to your tissues, especially when you're lying down at night. You might not notice it happening, but your body feels it. Instead of moving into that deep, refreshing sleep where your brain and body are recharged, your organs are working harder than they should just to get by. As a result, you may find yourself waking up groggy, tired, or feeling like you barely slept at all. Some common heart problems in seniors can sneak up quietly and play a big role in these tired mornings. One is called heart failure, but don't let the name scare you. It doesn't mean your heart stops working, it simply means your heart isn't pumping blood. This can lead to a slow buildup of fatigue, swelling in your feet or ankles, or even a nagging cough that shows up at night. You may start to notice that simple things, like walking across the room or climbing a few stairs, leave you more winded than before. And because your body isn't getting enough oxygen-rich blood while you sleep, you start the day at a disadvantage. Another issue some older adults face is something called arrhythmia, or an irregular heartbeat. Sometimes, the heart skips a beat or races for no reason, making it harder to keep blood moving smoothly. This can wake you up at night or leave you feeling oddly anxious or out of breath, even after a full night in bed. Valves are another important part of your heart system. Think of them as little doors that open and close to keep your blood moving the right way. With age, these valves can get stiff or leaky, and when that happens, your heart has to work overtime to make sure blood doesn't go backward or get stuck. Again, this extra effort usually happens quietly, but the result can be that never-ending tiredness you just can't shake. All these changes in your heart strength and rhythm affect how well your body recharges overnight. You might notice you wake up more often to use the bathroom, or your legs feel swollen when you swing them out of bed in the morning. Sometimes, you might feel a fluttering in your chest or realize you're short of breath before you've even started your day. And while it's easy to think this is just what getting older feels like, the truth is, these are signals your body is sending, gentle reminders that your heart needs a little extra attention. So why does this matter so much? Because when your body misses out on that deep, nourishing sleep, it affects everything. Your mood can dip, your memory might feel foggy, and even small tasks can seem harder than they used to. If you're someone who prides yourself on staying sharp and active, this cycle can feel especially discouraging. But here's the hopeful part: understanding the heart-sleep connection is the first step toward making things better. If you wake up tired more often than not, or you notice new symptoms like swelling, shortness of breath, or heart flutters, it's worth having a gentle conversation with your doctor. Sometimes, a simple checkup can reveal small problems before they become big ones. And just as importantly, there are ways you can support your heart each night. Gentle exercise during the day helps keep your blood moving and your heart strong. Eating foods that are good for your heart, think leafy greens, berries, whole grains, and lean proteins, gives your body the fuel it needs. Even your bedtime routine can help, winding down with a calming activity, keeping your bedroom cool and dark, and steering clear of heavy meals or caffeine before bed all play a part in helping your heart and body rest. If you ever find yourself dismissing that morning tiredness as just old age, remember, your heart might be working harder than you think. By understanding what's happening inside your body, you can take small steps to feel more refreshed each morning. The more you know about how your heart and sleep are connected, the more empowered you'll feel to protect both and wake up to more vibrant, energetic days ahead. So, if the sunrise greets you with fatigue more often than it brings new energy, let that be a gentle nudge to check in on your heart, honor your body, and make a little change today. You deserve to wake up feeling rested, hopeful, and ready for whatever joys the day may bring. Waking up day after day with that same sense of tiredness can be easy to overlook, especially when it becomes a routine part of life. Maybe you're used to telling yourself it's just what happens as you get older, or you push through the fatigue with another cup of coffee and hope your energy will catch up. But sometimes, these small changes are your body's way of speaking to you, quietly but firmly, asking you to notice what's happening inside. So, let's talk gently and honestly about some warning signs that shouldn't be brushed aside, signs that your heart and your overall health may need a little more attention. You know your own body better than anyone, so when something feels off, it's worth listening, even if it seems small at first. One of the most common and overlooked signs is that deep tiredness in the morning, the kind that doesn't go away after a good night's sleep. If you find yourself waking up feeling like you've hardly slept at all or you're dragging through your morning chores, this could be your body's quiet alarm. But that's not the only sign to be mindful of. Pay attention, to how you breathe. Have you noticed that even light activity like making the bed, walking to the kitchen, or putting on your shoe leaves you a little short of breath? It might seem harmless at first, but if this is new for you or if it's getting worse, your body is working harder to get the oxygen it needs, and breathlessness is one of the first ways it lets you know. Some folks describe another sensation, a fluttering or pounding in the chest, called palpitations. Maybe your heart skips a beat or races for a few moments, or you feel a dull pressure or discomfort in your chest that you didn't notice before. These feelings don't have to be severe or constant to matter, even if they come and go or seem to happen only once in a while. It's your body's way of saying, please pay attention. Don't let embarrassment or fear hold you back from talking about these moments. Your peace of mind is worth it. Take a look at your feet and ankles, too, especially in the morning or evening. Swelling in these areas is another subtle signal that your heart might be struggling to keep up with its job. If your socks leave deeper marks than usual or your shoes feel tighter, it could mean your body is holding on to extra fluid. Sometimes, this swelling is easy to miss, especially if it builds up slowly over time. But your body is wise and patient, it keeps giving little hints until you're ready to notice. Another sign to keep on your radar is a cough that seems to hang around, especially at night or when you're lying down. Maybe you find yourself clearing your throat more than usual, or you wake up coughing once or twice during the night. While there are many reasons someone might develop a cough: allergies, a cold, or even acid reflux, it's important not to ignore it if it becomes a pattern. For some seniors, this type of cough can be related to fluid backing up in the lungs, a common sign when the heart isn't keeping up with the body's needs. Now, all these symptoms can be caused by different things, and having one or two doesn't mean something is seriously wrong. But if you start to notice a few of these signs together: persistent tiredness, breathlessness, palpitations, swelling, or a lingering cough, it's a gentle nudge to reach out for help. You deserve to feel your best, and early action can make a world of difference. Let's take a moment to remember that you are not alone in this. So many older adults notice small changes but dismiss them out of habit, pride, or worry about bothering the doctor. Please, don't be afraid to speak up. The best doctors want to hear from you early, before anything becomes a crisis. Sometimes, a simple conversation and a few basic tests can give you real answers and peace of mind, or help you catch a problem early when it's easiest to treat. You might be wondering if you're making a fuss over nothing, but the truth is, these gentle signals are your body's way of protecting you. You've cared for others your whole life, now is the time to care for yourself just as kindly. No concern is too small when it comes to your heart and health. If you're reading this and realizing, yes, I have felt that tiredness, or my feet have been swollen lately, consider keeping a little notebook by your bed. Write down what you notice and bring those notes to your next checkup. This simple act can make all the difference, both for your doctor and for you. Think of it this way, every sunrise is a new opportunity to tune in, to honor what your body is telling you, and to take steps, big or small, toward feeling your best. Pay attention to the small things, and don't wait for a bigger problem to come knocking. Your body speaks in a whisper before it ever needs to shout. So, if you find yourself facing these signs, let it be an invitation, not for fear, but for gentle curiosity and self-care. Talk to someone you trust. Share your worries with your doctor, a friend, or a loved one. And most importantly, remember that you deserve support, compassion, and good health in every season of life. You've spent decades giving your energy and care to others, now, let's make sure you give that same gentle attention to yourself. Your body and your heart will thank you for it every single day. Taking care of your heart isn't about grand gestures or complicated routines. Sometimes, the most powerful changes come from the smallest acts of self-kindness and steady, gentle shifts in our daily habits. If you've noticed yourself feeling tired in the mornings or you're worried about what your heart might be trying to tell you, know that you have plenty of ways to support your well-being, starting right where you are, one day, one choice at a time. Let's begin with one of the most important steps, making your regular checkups with your doctor a priority. It might seem simple, but so often, people put off these appointments, thinking, I'm fine for now, or not wanting to be a bother. But the truth is, your doctor is your partner in staying healthy, especially as the years go by. A checkup isn't just about blood pressure or cholesterol numbers, it's a chance to talk honestly about what you're feeling, any new symptoms, even those small changes you might be tempted to overlook. Your heart has its own story to tell, and your doctor is there to help you listen and act before small issues become bigger ones. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment below to let me know that you are still here with me. But what happens outside the doctor's office is just as important. Much of heart health is built at home, at the table, in the grocery store, and even in your favorite armchair. One of the best gifts you can give your heart is a diet rich in fresh vegetables and fruits. Fill your plate with greens, carrots, peppers, or whatever is in season and makes your eyes light up. These foods are packed with the vitamins, fiber, and antioxidants your heart loves. If you've never tried roasted sweet potatoes or a fresh spinach salad with strawberries and walnuts, maybe now's the time to let your taste buds explore. Reducing salt is another simple but powerful shift. Salt sneaks into many foods, canned soups, packaged snacks, even bread, and too much can raise your blood pressure over time. Try using fresh herbs like basil, rosemary, or dill to add flavor without the sodium. Cook a meal at home a few times a week so you know exactly what's going into your food. You don't need to give up everything you love, just think about making small changes that add up. Swap that bag of chips for a bowl of berries, or choose grilled chicken instead of fried. Fatty foods, especially those from fast food or packaged baked goods, can make your heart work harder than it should. Instead, reach for foods with healthy fats. Think avocados, a drizzle of olive oil, or a handful of unsalted nuts. These are kind to your heart and can be just as satisfying. Movement matters, but it doesn't need to be strenuous to make a difference. You don't have to run marathons or spend hours in the gym to keep your heart healthy. Gentle movement is often the best medicine. Walking is a wonderful place to start. Even a daily stroll around the block, through the park, or at the mall can do wonders for your circulation and spirit. If you prefer company, invite a friend or neighbor or join a local walking group. Gentle yoga or tai chi are also excellent choices for older adults. These activities don't just strengthen your body, they calm the mind and improve balance, making you feel more grounded in every sense. Even stretching for a few minutes each morning can set a positive tone for the day and help your heart work just a little easier. Just as important as movement is the rhythm of your days and nights. Keeping a regular sleep routine can be surprisingly powerful. Try going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, even on weekends. This steady rhythm helps your heart and your whole body know what to expect, making rest come more easily. Before bed, avoid caffeine and alcohol, which can disrupt your sleep or make your heart race. Instead, create a calming ritual, maybe a cup of chamomile tea, a favorite book, or soft music as you unwind. Stress can be a silent challenge, especially in a world that sometimes feels like it's moving too fast. When worries pile up, your heart feels it too. Find little ways to soothe your mind: deep breathing, meditation, prayer, or even simple gratitude for a sunny day or a friendly phone call. And don't forget how healing laughter can be. Watching a light-hearted movie, telling stories with friends, or reminiscing about happy times can lighten your spirit and give your heart a break. Staying socially connected is one of the most important things you can do for your heart. Isolation isn't just lonely, it can make heart problems worse. Reach out to family, friends, or neighbors, even if it's just a short chat or sharing a meal. Join a club or group at your church, community center, or library. Volunteering, taking up a hobby, or learning something new keeps you engaged, energized, and hopeful. Above all, remember that you are not alone in this. Every step you take, whether it's a walk around the block, a new recipe, or simply making that doctor's appointment, is a step of love for yourself. You've spent years caring for others, working hard, and facing life's challenges with strength. Now, let these small, kind choices be a way of caring for your own heart. There's no need for perfection, no race to run. If you have a day when the vegetables stay in the fridge and you skip your walk, don't be hard on yourself. Every day is a new opportunity to try again, to make one small change, and to keep your heart beating strong. Let kindness for yourself and your body be the foundation of every decision as you travel this path of gentle heart care. Let's celebrate the courage it takes to listen, to change, and to grow at any age. Your heart is remarkable, and you are, too. Each day is a gift, and you deserve to fill it with hope, movement, flavor, and connection. Here's to many more mornings of waking up not just alive, but truly alive, ready for whatever beauty the day. If you ask people what growing older feels like, you'll hear stories of wisdom, of grandchildren's laughter, of gardens that grow richer each season. But you'll also hear stories of fatigue, that quiet, persistent tiredness in the mornings that many folks chalk up to just part of getting older. It can sneak up on you, can't it? Maybe you wake before the sun, feeling as if you've run a marathon in your dreams, your legs heavy, your arms reluctant to lift the covers, your mind cloudy and slow to clear. Maybe you find yourself sitting on the edge of the bed, staring out the window, wondering why rest seems so hard to find these days. For Mary, a 72-year-old grandmother from a small Minnesota town, these mornings had become all too familiar. She'd always been an early riser, the kind who found joy in the quiet hush before the world stirred, who loved greeting the day with a hot cup of coffee and a quick stroll around her backyard. But lately, that peaceful ritual was disrupted. She'd wake up feeling more tired than when she went to sleep, as if something invisible had drained her strength overnight. The first time it happened, she laughed it off, blaming a late-night phone call with her sister or the extra slice of pie she'd indulged in after dinner. But the next morning was the same, and the next, and the next. At first, Mary kept her worries to herself. She didn't want to burden her daughter, Susan, who lived across town with a family of her own, and she didn't want her friends at the community center to fuss. It's just age, she told herself. Everyone slows down eventually. She tried to push through, forcing herself out of bed, shuffling to the kitchen, willing her body to feel normal again. Sometimes, after a long nap in her favorite armchair, she felt a little better, but the tiredness always crept back. One chilly October morning, as Mary struggled to get dressed for her church's harvest bake sale, she noticed her ankles were swollen and her shoes tighter than usual. She brushed it off as a sign of standing too long the day before. But as she climbed the stairs, a wave of breathlessness swept over her. She paused, gripping the railing, her heart fluttering in her chest. It passed, and she continued, but the worry lingered. Have you ever wondered if there's more to your tiredness than just the ticking of the years? Could it be possible that what you're feeling isn't only old age but something your body is trying to whisper to you? That question tugged at Mary's mind. She remembered stories her mother used to tell about how she'd ignored warning signs, chalking up every ache and pain to just getting older. Mary didn't want to make the same mistake. That afternoon, Susan called to check in. Hearing the fatigue in her mother's voice, she pressed gently, asking if anything was wrong. Reluctantly, Mary described the exhaustion, the breathlessness, the swelling, and the strange flutter she sometimes felt in her chest. Susan listened, her concern growing, and encouraged Mary to see her doctor, just for peace of mind. "Mom," she said, "let's not ignore this." A few days later, Mary found herself sitting in the exam room, feeling oddly nervous. As the doctor listened to her heart and checked her blood pressure, she described her symptoms: the morning fatigue that wouldn't go away, the swelling, the shortness of breath, the occasional fluttering in her chest. The doctor nodded, ordered a few simple tests, and then sat beside Mary with the results. "It looks like your heart isn't pumping quite as strongly as it should," the doctor explained gently. "This is called mild heart failure. It doesn't mean your heart has stopped, it simply means it needs a little extra help." Mary was startled by the diagnosis. Heart failure. The word sounded frightening. She pictured dramatic scenes on television and imagined herself suddenly collapsing or needing a hospital bed. But her doctor reassured her, with the right treatment and some gentle lifestyle changes, you can feel a lot better. You've caught this early, and that's a very good thing. The first step was medication to help her heart work more efficiently. But her doctor also emphasized the power of small, steady changes at home. Mary was encouraged to watch her salt intake, eat more fresh vegetables and fruits, and choose lean meats and whole grains. The doctor recommended regular walks, nothing strenuous, just enough to keep her blood moving and her spirits up. Susan helped her find a gentle yoga class at the community center, where Mary discovered new friends and a shared sense of hope. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Making these changes wasn't always easy. There were days when Mary missed her old routines, when she was tempted to skip her walk or order takeout instead of cooking. Some mornings, the tiredness still lingered, but slowly, she noticed the swelling in her ankles faded. She could climb the stairs without stopping. Her heart still fluttered sometimes, but far less often, and she felt steadier on her feet. Most importantly, she began to greet her mornings with a sense of possibility again. One afternoon, as she worked in her small backyard garden, Mary realized she'd spent nearly an hour among the roses and tomatoes, her granddaughter by her side chattering about school. She was tired, but it was the kind of tiredness that comes from living, not from illness. She smiled, wiped her brow, and said a quiet thank you to her own heart for carrying her through another day. Mary's story isn't unique. All across the country, older adults wake up feeling exhausted, blaming age and hoping tomorrow will be better. But sometimes, that tiredness is a gentle warning, a call to pay attention and care for yourself with the same devotion you've given others. The science behind Mary's story is simple: as we age, our hearts can lose a bit of their youthful power. That can lead to poor circulation at night, less oxygen for the body, and deep, lingering fatigue in the morning. Early signs like swelling, breathlessness, or even a mild flutter in your chest are all ways your body tries to get your attention. If you've noticed these symptoms, or if Mary's story feels all too familiar, remember, seeking help is a sign of wisdom, not weakness. Early action, regular checkups, and gentle changes in your daily habits can make a world of difference. Sometimes, it's just about listening, not brushing off those little signals, and trusting that it's never too late to take better care of yourself. So, if you're sitting at home wondering if your tired mornings are just old age, let Mary's experience be your nudge. Take a moment to listen to your own body. Share your concerns with your doctor or a loved one. Try a new recipe. Take a slow walk, call a friend, or sign up for that yoga class you've been curious about. Every small step is a gift to your heart and yourself. Most importantly, know that you're not alone. There are answers, there is hope, and there are brighter mornings ahead. You deserve to wake up with energy and purpose, to enjoy every sunrise, and to live each day with the joy and strength that's still inside you. Your heart has carried you through so much, give it the care it needs now, and let every new morning be a celebration of the life you love. As we come to the end of this conversation, remember this: it's never too late to take care of your heart. No matter your age or how long you felt tired or worn down, your heart deserves your attention and kindness. The small signs your body gives, that lingering fatigue, shortness of breath, or a fluttering heartbeat, are not to be ignored. They are gentle reminders that your heart needs care and support, and by listening to these messages, you're taking an important step toward a healthier, happier life. You've spent years caring for others, and now it's time to care for yourself with the same compassion. Small changes in your daily routine, scheduling regular checkups, choosing heart-friendly foods, moving gently each day, and keeping a steady sleep routine can add up to big improvements. Remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Each small step forward builds strength and hope. If you found this video helpful, please share it with the seniors in your life, friends, family, or neighbors who might be experiencing similar feelings but haven't yet found the answers. Sometimes, a simple message can spark the courage to seek help or make a positive change. You deserve to wake up each morning feeling refreshed, energized, and ready to enjoy life's simple pleasures. Taking care of your heart is a powerful way to honor yourself and embrace the many beautiful days ahead. So listen closely, take gentle action, and know you are never alone on this journey. Your heart is strong, and so are you. Here's to many more mornings filled with health, hope, and happiness.